Despite having winter moorings until the end of January, the towpath resembled a mud bath, so it was time to move on.
Now I can't leave Swarkestone without talking about Swarkestone Bridge. It's just down the road from the canal, and it has 17 arches. It's the longest stone bridge in England, and it's the longest inland bridge in England.
The bridge is Grade 1 listed and a scheduled ancient monument. It is 6 miles south of Derby, and for around 300 years the Midlands' main crossing of the Trent, and the only crossing between Burton-on-Trent and Nottingham. The first mention of the bridge was in 1204, and it has been modified, repaired and rebuilt. The majority of the existing bridge dates from the late 13th and early 14th century. The bridge is the subject of several local legends. Its construction was said to have been financed by the two Bellamont sisters. Both had become engaged and were to throw a joint celebration. Their fiancés, however, had to meet with the local barons on the far side of the river. Following a storm, the Trent became swollen. Eager to return to their brides-to-be and their party, the men tried to cross the river on horseback. Both were swept away and drowned. The Bellamont sisters commissioned the bridge so that no one else would suffer the tragedy they had suffered. Neither sister married, and both died in poverty, having exhausted their fortune on building the bridge. In 1745, Swarkestone Bridge was the southernmost point of Bonnie Prince Charlie's advance on London in his attempt to claim the British throne. However, finding no reports of support from the south, they turned back to Derby and then retreated to Scotland. I've moved Alice down the canal to where, at the start of December in episode 28, I filmed Derwent Mouth Lock. It's the last lock on the Trent and Mersey Canal before it changes to a river. I'm unable to go any further as it's in flood.
So all I can do is just wait it out. I've got a full tank of water, I've got a nice fridge full of food, I can generate my own electricity. My car's nearby in Shardlow, so I've just got to sit and wait. I'm keeping an eye on various websites to see the water levels, and all they seem to be doing at the moment is going up, so I think it'll probably be the new year till I move.
The main website I keep an eye on is gaugemap.co.uk. It has an interactive map that covers British and Irish water levels. Around the system, the Environment Agency has level stations on rivers, streams and brooks. They record the water level every 15 minutes. You can select local stations and see if the water is at a typical range below it or if it's in flood. The other website I keep an eye on for closures is the Canal and River Trust notice page. This has information where there are navigation closures, restrictions or issues with the towpath. I've included links to both the gauge map and the Canal and River Trust pages in the description below. Since being moored up on the final stretch before the lock, the lights at the flood lock further back up the canal have both gone into red, indicating both the River Soar and the River Trent are flooding and are unpassable.
The River Trent and the River Soar have been in flood conditions for I think about 3 or 4 days now. I knew I wouldn't be able to get out onto the Trent, but I knew I would be able to moor up in Shardlow. But as I was coming down the canal, day before yesterday, a boat was going up it, and they indicated that they had travelled from Shardlow Marina, which is out on the River Trent. Now they said that they had travelled whilst the river was in flood. They realised that the lights were all red, they realised that the level was in the red band, but they still decided to travel. And that's not really advisable, because if you look at the small print of many insurance documents, it says, or on mine it says, if you travel when levels are in red and the navigation is closed, you're not insured.
Whilst Molly and I wait it out until the water levels drop, we would both like to wish you a very happy new year, and here's to an exciting 2018. Until then, see you later.